Hey guys, episode 16 of the Stocks and Shares Portfolio series. Nice little gain this week, 2,500 up. Takes me to 96,000 overall. All of that gain has come from these two funds. So this ISA's 2,500 up since last week. Thinking it's sort of just gold price going up again with the sort of uncertainty and people sort of moving money out from sort of maybe bonds and other equities into gold funds. We've got the US election coming up, so there's sort of a lot of volatility at the moment, potential for more stimulus bills. They're still arguing about that, so could see more volatility in the next sort of couple of weeks and after the election. Expecting sort of these funds might go down a bit if there's a bit of a crash. People will sell off gold to sort of pay for losses in stocks and shares. But happy to hold these over the longer term. Into sort of maybe the next year. Then still hoping to sell out of these and get into more dividend stocks. So over on Trading212, no real gain this week. I think couple £100 down. Made a few changes. Sort of got into growth stocks. The investment tab bit's starting to look a bit silly now. If I show you the pie first, so got the ARC pie and what I call rigged tech, because they just seem to sort of go up regardless. With the sort of money printing, a lot of the money I think has been going into either the tech stocks or index funds, which they are the biggest in, so they just automatically get sort of a great deal of the money. So I sort of put another £500 in the portfolio this week. So I sold out some Shell shares and put it into the invest account. Shell's very liquid, so you don't lose a lot. I think I paid about 40p in moving those over to the invest account, and then bought these within the ISA, just sort of thinking if they go crazy before April and I want to sell, then don't really want to be paying capital gains tax on it. So the ARC portfolio, stuck another 200 quid in that. Some of the positions were down, some sort of weren't as up as others, so I put some more money in and did the reallocation to sort of balance the fund up, so it adds money to the stocks that haven't gone up as much, rather than just spreading it evenly among all of them. So some of them are doing very well. As I say, I don't really put a great deal of research into this. This is more sort of testing the market, really, testing the ARK Invest pie, or the ARK Invest ETF company. Not doing too bad. Still, the returns come down a little bit because I put some more money in, but 7%, fair enough. And the tech pie, I put £1,500 in earlier in the week on Monday, and another £300 of the £500 new money yesterday. The £1,500 earlier in the week came from the tobacco stocks, British and American Tobacco and Imperial Brands. I was thinking average down maybe and sort of keep it for the dividends and then being a defensive stock, but kind of thought I got about 85% of my money in the gold mining stocks, so that's kind of defensive by itself. So I thought didn't really need the tobacco stocks, so sold out of those completely and put it into this pie. So I've put Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook, Alphabet, AMD, Nvidia, Alibaba, PayPal, Nintendo, Square, Visa and MasterCard. So I thought that was a interesting little pie. Not a couple of picks that others might not put in there. Nintendo I sort of think as a long-term sort of decent hold really. It's something that I'd be looking to sort of have as one of my main investments outside of this pie as well, once I start selling out of other things, but they can go in the tech pie for now. Square, you notice, is sort of crossed over with the ARK Invest pie, but I kind of bullish on them. Jack Dorsey buying his $50 million of Bitcoin, so thought I'll go with Square as well. So all of these top ones are 9% each, and I just had I was going to put either Visa or MasterCard in as a 9%, but I couldn't really decide between the two, and I didn't want to split it evenly between those, so I didn't want to be overweight sort of credit card companies, so I just count them as one position and have 5% in each. So this has only been in there 5 days, but yeah, slightly down. See how it gets on. So yeah, the investments bit looks a little bit silly now with all of these small positions, but I just kind of focus on the ones that aren't in the pie. So Barrick Gold hasn't really moved. Couple of percent down in the last week because it is a very big miner. BT sort of seen a bit of a downturn. A lot of the UK stocks have this week. More news about sort of lockdowns and Brexit still going badly. First Majestic fairly flat for the week. See what happens with them, with whether gold and silver is going to go up. They should move sort of a lot more. S&P Gold Producers is flat for the week. Kia Group really getting pounded for this at the moment. 14% loss in a week. Government have almost sort of guaranteed that construction isn't going to shut down with these lockdowns. They sort of see them as a key worker essentially. So really can't see how this is going to get too much worse. They've got a lot of work, and yeah, so not adding to it, but carry on holding that. New River again down this week. I can see why. I mean, they'll be having their pubs sort of shut, and maybe some of the retail parks and things sort of losing business with lockdowns, but yeah, they've been selling off property, and hopefully they can start paying their distributions. Maybe it might be early next year, might be sort of later on. So I did buy a little bit more in these. I've got sort of nearly $1,000 now, but a bit speculative, but we'll see how it goes. Polymetal saw a nice gain. I think it was a little bit sort of oversold off. Did sort of go down a lot further than the other miners when gold sort of took a downturn, so I think that's just coming back quite nicely now. Got paid my dividend from them, which that was sort of when I started the ARK Invest pie, so I got £83 dividend from them, which is quite nice. Rio Tinto, just a small position. So you notice Shell 3% down this week. So it's showing as a very small position in there now. It's just because I've moved it over to the invest tab, which I'll show you in a second. Saga, again, hugely down this week. And they've also done a reverse stock split. So I had about 4,500 shares. And I think, well, some of that I think was in the invest account as well. And they've taken 15 shares and given you one for each. So that's reduced down, and then the price times by 15 basically. So yeah, it was £15 or £1.50, sorry. And it's now come down to £1.28. Again, probably because of lockdowns, there's probably very little chance the cruises are going to be starting up anytime soon. But carry on holding them. They've still got the insurance business. I had a little bit of spare funds. I had like £40 in free funds from a couple of dividends and things, so thought throw this in here. Seeing some people talk about it in the sort of penny stock forums and potential sort of to go up, so I thought just chuck it in there. And you get 8,000 shares, which I know is pointless because they've got like 32 billion shares. Expect they would have to do a bit like Saga, maybe a reverse stock split or something, because it just looks a little bit silly. Half a penny for a share. But yeah, so Sylvania Platinum's flat. Taylor Wimpey down a little, but this was at £1 sort of a little while ago, so not too bad for that. Still got the one share in Tesla, fairly flat for the week, although did have a bit of a pump, but see where that goes. Yeah, so just to show you the invest account as well. So this is down £3,200 now, down £147. Always expecting this to sort of be showing down because I'm buying a lot of sort of dividend stocks that are going down. So I'm averaging my positions down, but obviously it's going to show a loss for quite a while. But this is for sort of 10 years, 20 years plus. So again, I've got some Glaxo, Kier, Shell, Saga and Taylor Wimpey. So all of my Shell shares pretty much have got moved over to here now. So it sort of shows a lower average price now of £9.73, but this isn't my average price, so obviously I'm down a lot more than 2.5% on the position. It's just because I've bought it at a lower price within the invest account. But yeah, the Saga does certainly show a big loss. I think the loss again, it would be even more than that. But it's a lottery ticket basically. So that is the portfolio basically for the week. Yeah, so leave your thoughts in comments below. Like would really be appreciated. Helps out the channel a lot. And subscribe if you want to see more.